1 point for a draw or 0 for a loss on that end. The shooter to the 6 points first will win the match. If we have a tie at 5 and 5, there will be a 1-arrow shoot-off.
50-meter target at, the 122 face, excuse me, at 50 meters is reminiscent to me of the old 900 rounds that we used to be able to shoot back in the old days, where you'd shoot 40, 50, 60 on that target.
2 years ago, and big, but my scores do not. I'm sure you could probably come around if you practice a little bit more, but it seems like
Winston was sort of the master. You know, his secret, I think, was picking a spot, right? He wasn't looking at the gold. He wasn't shooting at the gold. He was picking at a spot in the gold.
Yeah, he always had that compound mentality, though.
A little bit, yeah.
He's always a spot shooter.
Yeah, very much. All right, looks like we're ready to get going. It'll be a treat to see one of these two shooters is coming back to the final from a big win that took place in Arizona.
Yes, I recognize her, and see if she can do a back-to-back here.
I'm sure that that's her goal.
Okay.
Looks like we're just getting ready to fix something on the field of play, and as soon as that is settled, we will be in action with the women's barebow competitors. Have you tried barebow at all?
No, I have not.
I'm not strong enough. I'm not mentally strong enough to shoot barebow, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what my thoughts would be until I actually tried it. I have some very good friends that shoot barebow. I love the barebow community. It's very enticing and something that I would like to do someday, but you can't enter in 3 divisions at one tournament is the problem.
Nope, you can't. I don't have the wardrobe either. I just don't have the wardrobe for barebow.
Yeah, it just seems like
nobody wants to see me in a kilt.
I'll plead the 5th on that one. No comment.
All the barebow people are lighting their torches right now. Coming up after the barebow matches, of course, will be the final matches this afternoon, which will be the recurve final for the women. Maybe some unexpected names in there. We won't spoil it for you. And the same for the men's recurve final. That generated some unexpected results, considering that tomorrow continues the Olympic trials here in Newberry, in Florida.
It's also a testament to match play. You never know who's going to make it to the end sometimes.
Your point is exactly on. You're absolutely correct. Match play is sort of an equalizer in some ways, some days.
Yeah, sometimes it's not who wins the matches, it's who chokes the least.
Yep. Barebow coaches are coming out on the field of play right now of the 14th USA Archery Easton Foundation's Gator Cup. We're in the middle of
this whole weekend. I know that the juniors on Friday got a thunderstorm and got rained on, but for the most part, we've had great weather compared to what it normally is here.
Here come the Joanna Zacco from through. I'll look to the clocks to see who is shooting as they do their thing. So if you look at your screen, you'll see the name Joanna up there, but Joanna goes by Cindy, so I just want to make that clear. We're going to call Joanna Cindy because she prefers that. Okay, they're back to back since they're on opposite targets. We're all right. Cindy shooting first on target number 1.
Nice shot.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have transparent judges around here, so I couldn't tell. But yeah, it's a nice shot. There's a 10. Oh, there's a 2. It's kind of the nature of barebow. Sometimes you're on, sometimes you're not. And now the wind is up, so that's obviously a little bit of a factor as well. And there's a 7. And a 10. Cindy's got it dialed in.
So it looks like a 22 to a 21 down there.
And me, I'm not used to counting that direction. Sorry. We'll be back to the original shooting order in a few moments.
Looks like both coaches are talking to their shooters, giving them little words of encouragement. A little drink of water to stay hydrated out here in this Florida weather.
It is warming up a bit. Got that point, so she gets the 2 set points to start out. The first archer to reach 6 set points will be the winner of the match. Obviously, Tracy will be shooting first. She will obviously try to close that gap as quickly as possible.
Try to even the score with 2 set points of her own.
No doubt. Barebow shooters use a technique called point of aim. In most cases, they'll actually figure out where the arrow point is with reference to the target. Many of them will actually, string walk, that is, adjust the distance. Techniques are very reminiscent of things that would have been done, say, in the 1920s or 30s, with the exception that most modern barebow shooters don't have a point of aim stuck in the ground. That would have been like a golf ball with a spike through it that's located in a particular place. You put the point of the arrow on that. They don't do that these days so much.
There's a 10.
Uh-huh, sure is. In fact, an X-ring. Very impressive. And another in the gold, 9 points. See what Cindy does about that one. A little longer hole, but not much, just out.
Here, so you just want to try to keep yourself within striking distance.
Anything in the gold, and it's there. That takes this set.
Evened up the match.
It is an even match. That is an impressive group.
It's interesting to see Tracy. She doesn't have any kind of stabilizer weights on her bow.
That's truly a bare bow, isn't it? Good observation, Justin. I didn't catch that. She's got nothing on that thing. It's just a bare riser. Doesn't have the huge weights and dampers, and that's just a bow.
Yeah. She must just like the feel of that.
No doubt. Pretty cool. Glad you mentioned that. I didn't even notice. Well, it certainly simplifies things, doesn't it? Just string the thing and go.
An X99 at 50 meters barebow. Pretty impressive.
USA Archery is a new partner to support the live stream, and that is a company called DataCore Fund Services and another company called Verona Real Estate. We'll be hearing some things from them, but we want to thank them for sponsoring the live stream here today. All right, we're back in action, and we're tied all around 2-2. We've got a draw. And a 9. Nice height. Just about perfect there. And an 8 just out the bottom. 1 point in this set for Cindy's favor. And there's a 7 out the bottom.
7.
And an 8 takes back the
Set.
7 again.
7.
Anything better than that will take this set. And a 10. Oh, my goodness, it took out the spider. I am not.
She just took after she shot that arrow.
Holy smokes, that was a solid shot. What's up with that? All these folks that want to throw 13 pounds of weight on their bow might be rethinking after seeing that. Holy smokes. That is amazing.
Yeah, you can see she's feeling the pressure. The same pressure to herself. But
Could be. Notice what's happened with the conditions on the field play.
it's almost no wind now at this
Yep,
point.
it really died down quite a lot.
1977.
Scores are officially coming in.
888.
All right, those scores are official and on the boards right now. We're going to be looking at a 4-2 advantage in favor of Tracy Ratliff of Tennessee versus Cindy Joanna Zasko to this match, Justin.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Cindy has here to answer back.
No
She can
doubt.
help level out this match, or if we'll have a back-to-back champion here.
Yeah, obviously, we're looking at two talented competitors. Only one will be the winner bronze medal match in some ways. Just a little, you know?
Yeah, 'cause you're a winner no matter what.
Right. Whereas I can tell you from personal experience, fourth place sucks.
You're the only person that loses twice.
Yeah. That's no fun. All right, Cindy, with that shot, gives herself a good opportunity here because there's a 10. And a 10. Nope, it's just out. It is a 9 by a millimeter. Real close.
It'll have to be up to the judges' call there.
Probably, and we can say the same thing about that shot right there. That's a
Wow.
10-9 liner. And there is a 6.
Open the door here for Cindy to take these set points.
Correct. And that will do it. Officially a draw. If the draw holds, we'll go back to the original shooting order with Cindy shooting first. 50 meters to that 122 centimeter target.
Attention to that.
It had died down quite a bit as that first third set started, and it's picked up again, as you just mentioned. It's obvious that it's picked up. You have the windsock, you have the American flag, you have the sponsor banners, all of which give you a pretty good indication of what the wind conditions are all along the length of the field. Not much mystery there. You can also hear and feel the wind. We have enough trees around the venue that you can hear it coming if it's going to come up. That's always a big cue for a lot of shooters. I've always There was a time, Justin, when you and I were resident athletes at the Olympic Training Center, and at the time it was called San Diego, but now it's Chula Vista. And we had all kinds of wind in one day, no matter what day of the week you picked, right? We'd start out, it'd be calm. By 10 o'clock in the morning, we'd have a roaring gale coming in from one direction. Then over the lunch hour, it would shift. And in the afternoon, you'd have a roaring gale coming in from another direction.
That's why I'd like to shoot out of the building through the garage door.
That's right.
Avoid all that.
Back in the old days, they didn't have that beautiful Eastern Archery Center of Excellence down there. We had a garage, literally. Okay.
There's a 9.
Yep.
There's another 8.
Nine here will tie it up. There it is. Tied score.
We're all tied going to the last arrow.
Yep. And there's an 8. 9 to win.
Will she do it? Will she be the Arizona Cup and Gator Cup champion?
And it's an 8. We have a shoot-off.
That's what I like to see.
Everybody loves a shoot-off.
Everyone loves a shoot-off. You can hear it here in the crowd. So once the shoot-off is confirmed here, we'll have a one-arrow shoot-off closest to the center of the target, which will pick the winner and champion of this Gator Cup.
So the question is, will it be Cindy over on the left-hand side, who won the first USAT event of the year, the Arizona Cup, or will it be a new champion here, potentially, with Tracy Fernd?
These shoot-offs can always be tricky for an archer. You tend to want to get up there and do a little bit better, or aim harder, or try to stick it in the 10 better than you normally do. But the best thing to do is just to get up there and shoot your shot and hope for the best. Hopefully you get one closer than your competitor.
This USA Archery broadcast is brought to you by Verona Real Estate Group and DataCore Fund Services. Coming up later this afternoon, after the shoot-off for the women's barebow final, the men's barebow final. Still ahead, recurve action with the women's final and the men's final here from Newberry, Florida, the United States of America. The Easton Foundation's archery centers around the country. The one here in Newberry, one of the earlier ones. I believe the order would have been Yankton, then Newberry, and then the one in Salt Lake City, and then Chula Vista. New target faces going up for the shoot-off so that the judges don't have any issues if a measurement is needed.
Measure from the center to the arrow if they need to do with a micrometer.
Yeah, exactly. Very good point, Justin. That is the reference point for measurement in the rule book. And both of these ladies obliterated it early on, so new faces were needed. And the Easton Foundation's Gator Cup will be heading to southern Georgia, with the 2024 USA Archery Collegiate Target Nationals getting underway at Georgia Southern University in Statesboro on Thursday of this upcoming week. And you'll have live coverage of both individual and the team gold medal matches next Sunday, May the 19th. You get details on the broadcast schedule on USA Archery's.
To watch if you want to see some entertaining song and dances is what I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know what they actually do, but it's entertaining.
I would put up a collegiate archery shoot-off as any of the most exciting and excited spectator events that you'll see in almost any sport. It's pretty remarkable. All right, here comes our shoot-off. Joanna shooting first. Cindy. And she delivers a 6-7 liner. Anything better will win this match. And it's also a 6, and it's not as good. So, back-to-back winner, Cindy Joanna Zacco of Texas, unofficially our winner. We'll wait for the judge to make it official, but that's pretty clearly closer to the center. I'm not sure that what it is after all those 10s, especially, right? I mean, you know,
she probably felt like she let the match slip out of her hands by that arrow she shot,
maybe,
and for it to come back around.
But it's barebow, and that's one reason why the crowd loves it, because just about anything can happen.
Yeah.
And it's official on the board. Back-to-back winner, Cindy Zacco of Texas. Back to pretty cool stuff. In a moment, Richard is headed up to talk to Cindy and get her thoughts. Archers Trading, congratulations. That was a pretty gripping little match. That was pretty cool. Cindy posing for victory photos here.
Scoring to the DOS.
And let's head.
Yeah, sorry about that. It is me. Congratulations. Back to back. You're making a bit of a habit of this, but it was a close one.
And a habit of one arrow shoot-offs, it seems.
Talk us through that, because Tracy got off to a nervy start.
Well, I wouldn't know if she did or not.
You've won Gator.
And try and be consistent with it.
Conditions today? I mean, we've had cloud, we've had storms, we've Florida sunshine. How are the conditions out there?
Pretty good. I mean, I'd have to say the conditions did not play a part in at least my performance today.
Well, and George and Justin, I mean, X's, 10s. You know, there was a little bit of fluctuation, but the quality out there was incredible.
Planning on going to SoCal, yes.
And over the last year, you're stepping out onto stages like this. Does it get easier? Does it get tougher? I mean, just making that transition from the qualification fields to standing here in front of a live television audience and spectators.
It's very nerve-wracking. It always is. I don't know if the nerves will ever fully subside.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. George, back to you. There is Cindy, your winner for 2024.
Thank you.
Archery is just such a nice community of people. And it's a sport that can go for a long time, so you don't age out. So it can be somebody that is passionate and just a really nice community.
We're all here to help each other. I remember last year when Audrey had an issue with her equipment. The U.S. team came together to help her between ends to fix it. And that meant a lot to us to see that although they're competing, but in terms of helping each other, we're one community. That meant a lot to both Adriana and competition. We're all here. But at the end of the day, we walk away and I see, people high-fiving and hugging each other. And Audrey's made so much friends in the U.S. on the team and across. We made a lot of friends with the families here that we connect off-season. So this is the culture that we want to embrace. This is the culture we want Audrey to be around. And matter of fact, she's looking at opportunities of going to university and training in the U.S. too.
Wonderful folks over there. I've gotten to know Asif, and he's a tremendous supporter of the sport, doing things around the world for it, and really nice to have them on board with USA Archery. All right, Justin, we've got more action coming up for the Barebows right now for the men's final. This should be another firecracker of a match. We've got Wisconsin's Brian May. He's going to like they're just about getting ready to go.
Bringing out the judges now.
Yep. Let's head down to the field of play where the DOS will introduce both shooters.
Okay, this match is for the men Barebow. Target number 1, Brian Way. Number 2, Alex Guevara. The line judge for this match is Don Kinney.
Looks like Brian's going to be shooting first on target number 1, Justin. And that's confirmed. .50 meters to the target, 122 centimeter target face. And it's, you might say, as Terry Ragsdale used to like to say, the tautness was good, but the farness was off.
Yeah, just a little bit low there.
And a 9. So for that first set, we'll be going to Brian Way.
Yeah, he's an extremely fast shooter.
Well, no point in wasting much time. It's not like he's got to set up on a clicker. Pretty good comeback. 998 versus 9965.
That right to left wind has pretty much died down. We've got a little bit of a tailwind now. Wind is not a factor at this point.
Scores are being lined up right now. You know, I'd like to remind everybody that America does not send its Olympians to the Olympics. Americans do, and USA Archery is no different. It takes a lot of resources, and USA Archery receives no government funding, which is, you know, kind of putting them behind the 8 ball when it comes to the sort of thing that archers from Korea enjoy, or archers from, you know, we have a community of coaches. Every arrow counts, right? But so does every contribution to our team. USAArchery.org is a pathway for whatever you can do to help support Olympians like, you know, the folks who are hoping to represent the United States in Paris later this summer.
Bring back some gold medals.
Like you did.
Exactly.
All right, those scores are official. It's Brian Way who's in the lead right now, 2-0. And there is a 7 from Alex. Brian with an 8. 1 point lead in this set.
Doesn't waste any time.
No, he is. It's obviously paying off so far. That's out the bottom, a 1. Left and right was really good, but short. And there's a 6.
The good thing about set system is even if he loses these 2 set points, he can reset.
Still in the game.
Still be in the game and make a comeback.
100%. 8 points on that shot. Anything in the blue will do it. That's a gold, and that is a set. 2 more set point.
Looks like he's on his way.
Yep, nothing fancy. You know, he's not doing anything over the top. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of movement or anything. He's just on and gone, from what I can see. Keeping it simple.
It's usually the best way in this sport.
Yep.
That's for sure. Easier said than done.
Yeah, I hear that. In the long run, though, that often serves you better. You know, both you and I, Justin, in our archery careers have benefited greatly from archery instructors and coaches who were the foundation of USA Archery programs and camps and the athlete development pipeline. We were both, you and I, lucky enough to have USA Archery coach Lloyd Brown early in our careers. And you were a program participant in JOAD in your development time, which has generated so many top-level competitors over the years in our sport. And of course, archery events depend on judges to run smoothly and, you know, give competitive equity for all competitors, a level playing field for all the archers. Every one of those things starts with someone inspired to become a coach or a judge, a certified judge, or someone involved in the sport at a higher level. And the one thing that USA Archery does better than just about any organization I've seen for this purpose is provide a great conduit to those opportunities and those opportunities to contribute to the future of our sport. All of those programs for learning to become a coach, things of that nature, are available at usarchery.org. Back in action here.
Got Alex kicking it off here.
And he drops a 6. He's got 1 arrow above the center line so far in this entire match. Meanwhile, Brian, excuse me, with an 8 ring.
Yeah, Alex just needs to, you know, aim a little higher.
Yeah, we don't want to say move his sight. I know that, but that's what we mean.
There we go.
And there it paid off there. There's a 9. 9. I'll tell you what, Brian is a solid-looking guy. I'll bet you he shoots just about anything he wants pretty well, given his demeanor. You know, you can see it, you can spot it. And there's another low arrow. It's a 6. This one could just put it to bed.
And Brian would be shooting really good if he's got all of his arrows been to the right there.
Game is over. 9 points and a straight set victory.
Game, set, match.
Absolutely, and a well-deserved one. And a well-deserved silver medal for Alex De Vera of Illinois. Your champion is Brian Way of Wisconsin, who I just think, if we'd been paying better attention, we might have gotten ourselves a master class in just how to do that. That was impressive.
Yeah, he shot really good. Like I said, if he just would have been over just a little bit to the left, all of his arrows were grouping there to the right at 3 o'clock.
Right now, though, it's time for another word from a great supporter.
Gold medal goes to Brian Way. Silver medal to Alex De Vera.
Brian, you made it look relatively easy out there. How are you feeling?
It didn't feel easy. It definitely had the old shaking hands going on, but made it happen. So,
just talk us through it, because I mean, George and Justin on the broadcast were, I think, suggesting that we may have been witnessing a bit of a masterclass. You're just so quick in the release. You look so relaxed out there.
it didn't feel relaxed.
Where does this sit? You know, you're in front of a crowd. You're obviously live on television. Where does this sit in terms of achievements? 2024 Gator Cup champion.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's my first outdoor tournament, and you know, happy to be here and happy to be under the Florida sunshine.
Was it momentum over the last few days? I mean, could you feel this coming? What kind of form did you feel in?
It's a tough question. Just trying to make it through the day, trying to survive. So.
And just talk us through, because you know, we have a lot of people that are familiar with standing on this stage. It's different. Talk us through how different it is from being on the qualification fields to stepping in front with all of this paraphernalia behind you. Just talk us through that different mindset.
You know, for me personally, it's a lot similar, other than the nerves. Like I said, I could feel my fingers shaking.
Well, and I think George did say he reckons you could shoot about, you know, pretty much anything. Well, he said you just looked natural, you looked comfortable out there. How accurate is he? How are you? You can just pretty much pick up anything and look as if you've been doing it all the way.
Here at USA Archery, we're delighted to have 2 incredible companies partner with us in DataCore Fund Services and the Verona Lanes. For her, archery is a family affair.
We are a busy family, and to be able to take the time away, because this forces us to stay away. I mean, I can't be working while at the field. I've tried, but sadly there's not enough reception sometimes. So I've given it up. I don't even bring my laptop to the field anymore, and I focus on her. And she knows that we're there for her as well. So it gives us that extra time that if we weren't doing this, you're right, she might be hanging out with her friends, the movies, wherever. We would be too busy working, but this forces us to come out and spend time as a family, be in one room together, and so it's very important. I'm really happy and excited that she continues on, because hopefully it won't stop for a long time.
The story of how this partnership came about comes through the eyes of Verona Real Estate Group's CEO, Asif Khan.
This journey started about 2.5 years ago, and it wasn't really planned. It just happened meeting Chris Webster 2.5 years ago at one of the tournaments that my daughter was at. We just happened to stay of all the places in the same 17th century old home, and we met him, we got to know him, kept in touch over time, and we were working with another national organization on the archery. We thought, you know what, I love what I'm seeing over the last couple of years. Really saw the level of commitment and dedication USA Archery has to our company, and there's a lot of parallels with the way the USA Archery is organized and the way they deliver their services. And I said, you know, this is something that I would love to be part of, and our business is certainly growing in the U.S. or will start growing, and we have a lot of plans in the coming years. So we said, you know, archery started to take hold of us, and really decided this is where we want to be. And not to mention, USA Archery has global exposure, right? That was very important to us, to see a lot of these archers around the world, and anything we can do to support that.
I'm George Tekmitchov here with Justin Hewish here at the Gator Cup, the Easton Foundation's Archery Center in Newberry, Florida, where we have the 14th Gator Cup in action with 2 matches to go. Justin Hewish, of course, the 1996 Olympic gold medalist, the first man in the sport to win 2 gold medals in the same games, the first American to win the team gold medal, the first guy to make, well, the second guy to make archery cool. Jay made a pretty good run at it before you. Because it was cool in '88, then it wasn't so cool, and then you made it really cool. But yeah, you know what, folks? Justin, an iconoclast, you know, with his style and his wit and all the stuff he brought to the sport back then. You made a big difference. You've got to still be hearing from people who say, hey, you inspired me to get into this sport.
Yeah, lately on social media especially, I do get a lot of messages from people that now they're my age, and they say, hey, you know, we're glad to see you back in the sport. I'm considering, you know, shooting again because you're back shooting. You're the one that got me into archery 25 years ago, and I kind of fell out of it and looking to get back into it again. And so I'm kind of having this little resurgence of the same thing, and it's cool. I really, you know, flattered by it, you know, just wanted to see more people shoot and trying to get my old friends to come out and shoot as well.
And you have had some of your old friends come out. So one of our cohorts, Mark Hainline, we've seen him at a number of events, and he's been shooting really well.
Yeah, he has. And I'm constantly campaigning for others too. And if you guys are watching that stream, you know who that you are.
Looks like we're getting ready for the next match. Oh, they're bringing out the big guns for today. Check it out. Check it out. That is some coaching talent on that field of play.
Yeah.
That is Chris Webster and Dick Tone.
Both Olympic coaches.
It does not get big. It does not get to be heavier hitter than seeing those two out there. It looks like Chris is going to be coaching Jennifer, and it looks like Richard is going to be coaching Catalina. Catalina Noriega and Jennifer Musino Fernandez are your gold medal women's finalists after Casey Koffold took the bronze earlier today.
On target number 1, Catalina Noriega. Target number 2, Jennifer Messino.
It is 70 meters to the target, about 76 yards to the 122 centimeter target. This used to be the maximum distance shot by women in our sport, and it still is. Back in the old days, Justin, including during times like the qualification rounds for some of the events that you and I shot in back in the early 90s, 90 meters was the maximum distance for men, but 70 was the maximum for women, and it remains to be the ultimate test here today. Both of these ladies are highly experienced. Both of them have been consistently among the top 4 in the United States. Of course, Casey has been quite dominant, but these are the ones on her heels. All right, the opening shot from Jennifer is just out to the right. It's an 8. Catalina preparing to shoot on target number 1. And Catalina with a 9. Grew up in Mexico, shooting for the United States of America, and she shoots a 10, X-ring.
Nice shot.
Catalina has a 9 and an 8 in the target. And it's an 8. 26 points.
Catalina needs.
And it's a 10. That point lead for Catalina Noriega. Therefore, it's going to be Jennifer Musino Fernandez shooting first when we resume after official scoring. Casey has been so dominant in the last 18 months. One of the top shooters in U.S. recurve women's history going back, I would say, 25 years. You'd have to go back to find somebody with that level of talent at the world level. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, she's the first U.S. woman to ever hold the #1 world ranking status.
Well, that's also because there was no real, honest-to-goodness world ranking list back in the older days. That, you know,
I guess we can say in the modern era.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Whatever the convenient definition of that is, yes. But, you know, from that standpoint, you know, talking point, from the standpoint of the media, which is what the world ranking list is really about, except now the world ranking list is also being used to potentially select team selections for Olympic slots.
Yeah, and our U.S. ladies have qualified their Olympic spots for
they won't
2024.
Need that. That's right.
The 2 shooters that are up here right now, along with Casey, are with our 2024 team.
I totally agree. All right, we're back in action. Scores are official and on the board. Jennifer Musino Fernandez will be. And there's a 9. Remember, it's set play, so right now Catalina's got a 2 set point advantage over Jennifer. Catalina with an 8. The door is open for Jennifer to try to tie up this set. And it's a liner. It's and another 8. There is the potential for a draw to be developed on this next shot. Anything in the 9 ring should take it. 10 for insurance. It's another liner. It looks like it's out. Looks like an 8. So unofficially, I'm going to call the 10 will take this set. Definitively, regardless of a call.
And since the wind's picked up a little bit, it looks.
Actually, I'd say that set goes to Jennifer, but that's why we've got judges with magnifying glasses and measuring devices, because they've got a couple of real close ones down there. We'll find out after the official call. And unlike some sports, our judges can actually see. The next broadcast will feature a trip to southern Georgia for the 2024 USA Archery Collegiate Target Nationals, getting underway at Georgia Southern University in Statesboro on Thursday of this week. And you'll be in it for a real treat. We'll bring you live coverage of both individual and the team goal and Instagram. Scoring is about to be radioed in. Here's what that sounds like, by the way. So that's how they send the scores back, 1 arrow at a time on the radio, and then the scoring team gets that and they plug it into the system and it magically appears on your screen. 2 up, and the pressure's on. And these both, you know, this is a familiar place for both of these shooters, obviously. So a little extra pressure. In other words, this does count, not just for the rights to be the champion of the 14th Gator Cup, but as Justin just mentioned, you got some ranking points in here and you've got some sponsor money. Jennifer shooting first on target number 2 for this 3rd set. And it's a 7-8 liner. It's an 8.
7-8 liner.
I'm going to call that an 8 from here. And also a 7-8 liner, but I think that's more of a 7. Oh, correction. Yeah, that is in the 8 ring. Sometimes curse the commentator here, Justin. And a 10.
There you go.
That's a good time to be shooting a 10. And an 8.
8.
Anything in the 8 ring will take this one. Catalina with an 8.
8.
And that is good enough. That'll give her the set.
Now she'll go up 4 set points to 2 set points.
So Jennifer will be shooting first. She'll be behind by 2 set points. She'll need to win the next set, and then we're in position for either a shoot off. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Catalina wants something to say about that. She wants to close the deal here on this next set. Coming off that win with Casey with 6 straight set point win.
An unusual 6 straight set point win against
I mean, is a stepping stone to Olympic glory is what she's really setting out for. Making the team is just, like you said, stepping stone, but winning that gold medal is the end-all be-all for her. So I don't think she took that loss today very lightly. I think she's going to definitely learn from it and come back stronger for sure.
I have no doubt you're right. Three regulation scoring sets complete. We're about to start set number 4. The legendary coach from Arizona, Chris Webster, the legendary coach from now North Carolina. Jennifer shooting first on target number 2, trailing by 2 set points in this 4th set. And there's a 9. And a 9. You know, Justin, both those coaches, world championships in the 1960s, set records back in his time. Chris Webster was a member of USAT for many years. And there's an just out of the X ring, actually. I think it's a 10 and a 9 for Jennifer. We have a 9 on the board right now for Catalina. Here comes another shot. It's a 9. 1 point advantage for Jennifer.
10 will take the set points here.
It will indeed. 10 will tie this. It went on the downwind side. Really good placement, but it's just on the downwind side. Just maybe drifted just a skosh.
Yeah, if Catalina can get a 10 here, she can eat points on this one.
We've got a draw. Unofficially. I want to emphasize that, you know, whatever we say is unofficial till the judges themselves go to the targets and verify the scores. Archery Sweepstakes is a chance to win some amazing prizes every week. The USA Archery Sweepstakes offers more than $100,000 in board. 4-4 tie. What are you thinking when you're in this kind of situation?
One arrow at a time. It's all you need to think every time.
The ultimate answer from Justin Hewish, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what Dick Tone tells you. Focus, rhythm, and time will be saying something similarly useful to that shooter, Jennifer, and she just shot a 9. When I'm in a situation like this, I almost kind of like to treat each arrow like a shoot-off arrow.
Possibly an 8.
Yep, the DOS is correct when he calls that a liner. Jennifer looking pretty strong, but on the downwind side, it's a 7.
It's definitely a 7 on that one.
Kind of wind is not doing much at all right now. And there's a 9 on the upwind side.
Possibly could be tied with the last arrow.
Well, a 10 is needed here for sure to maintain some pressure. Jennifer about to shoot. Target 2, 70 meters to the target. Have a chance to reset. That's unfortunate. But fortunately, both ladies are in the same position arrow count-wise, so it's not going to impact as badly as it could.
But this could have a little bit of effect because they're both in their own rhythm and wanting to get the arrow shot.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you got to stop for a second.
Honestly, yeah, it's in the middle of a critical match like this, but it is what it is.
Yeah, if they both have the same score down there, this is possibly a de facto 1-arrow shoot-off at this point.
It's exactly how it's shaping up right now.
It's really hard to tell what Catalina has down there exactly.
Yeah, let me zoom in a little tighter since we have the power. Thanks to our optics here. When we look really closely, if I'm a judge, I'm probably going to give it to her.
Jennifer just needs to put a 10 in here.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Apply the pressure.
Oh, just low.
Still a good shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't ask for more than that. Opportunity here.
A 10 will win the match.
Regardless of a call. And that's not a 10. That is a...
I think we have a shoot-off. Oh, it's
unofficially a 1-point victory for Jennifer Musino Fernandez.
I wonder if this is her first USAT win. If she actually wins this one. Again, so I think they know what the match.
Oh, they know it's done. The question is just going to be the matter of the call, and watch that line judge down there. We're about to see it. Nicely done. Great example of sportsmanship. And right now we're going to head down to the field of play where Richard is going to talk to our winner in just a moment.
Catalina, just talk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, she's a really strong opponent. Like, I've been shooting with her for like the past 2 years in international competition, so I know very well what she's capable of. You know, not an opponent that you can lay your guard on. She's really good. There was some issues with the wind, and then the timer and all that kind of stuff, but just pretty much keeping focused on making good strong shots.
And what do you do in those occasions? Again, the breeze is going to happen, but the clock kind of through both. I mean, it's the same for both of you. But what is your process?
Yeah, so pretty much in all of them, you have to reset after each arrow. Like with the wind, you pretty much just have to pick a spot and hope it goes to the right place. But with the timer, you just gotta let it go, just restart. I took it as pretty much as a shooter because we both have 1 arrow left. So just step there, do a good strong shot, and step out.
How important is it for you guys, yourself, Catalina, you have Olympic trials, and then of course the Olympic Games on the horizon? So how important is it for you guys to really be battling in this kind of situation?
Yeah, I think it's really good that we have a really strong set of women right now. We are able to push each other. If you're just the only one that are good, or like, I don't know, whoever it might be, like there is no that need for improvement, if that makes sense. So going into just preparation overall.
And you've got a big couple of days coming up. This is not bad preparation for that. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I think I was struggling some stuff with technique, but after this weekend, after this weekend, like the confidence is a little bit higher again. Just showing myself that I'm capable of doing it.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Jennifer. Well done. There is your 2024 Gator Cup champion. One more match to come, George.
They say time flies when you're having fun, and it has flown by pretty quick, Justin. We're already down to our final match.
Yeah, it's the heavy hitters coming up now.
Well, you know, you say that, and when you say heavy hitters, you're expecting the likes of people like you or Matt or Justin, or you're Justin, or Brady, is what I meant to say, or Jack, or name a name. I'm not sure that the following two competitors, with one exception, I'm not sure one of these fellas is somebody I would have expected at the beginning of the match to go in, but boy, did he prove that he belongs here today.
Yeah, no, he's one of our up-and-coming teenage superstars. This is his first time getting to the gold medal match at a USAT, and I think he's more than ready for it.
Young fellow who made his way all the way to the gold medal final today. His opponent is going to be a stalwart in our sport, Matt Nofel, who was our alternate for here at the Gator Cup as well. So he's on a roll at a good time to be on a roll.
Yeah, currently in the second position of Olympic trials, going in tomorrow and the next day.
Yep.
He's got himself in a good position.
Undoubtedly. But, you know, Matt Nofel, I guarantee you, by the way, Matt's probably one of the nicest people I know in this sport. He's just always, you know, got a real steady keel kind of fellow. I think he's, you know, really hoping to redeem himself. And if you do the math, it's kind of hard to say that somebody like him couldn't make a run up the board. It's very possible.
Yeah, no, he's a very good shooter.
You got an embarrassment of riches, shall we say, for the men's recurve positions on the team. But right now, only one slot for the United States. They have to do it one of two ways. They can win it through the placement at the final qualifying tournament, or they can do it through the world ranking list, which is why USA Archery is sending them to Korea for the World Cup event taking place in Yecheon next week. Because if they do well enough there, that's another path to Paris. So it's a good investment on the part of USA Archery to make sure that we have that men's team in Korea for sure. Looks like we're about to get underway.
Yeah, this is going to be a good match. It's always good to see someone that's never been here before and see how they're going to react to the pressure and if they can actually get that first win. And then Matt Nofel, you know, some can say he's been struggling lately, but he's managed to get his way to this gold medal match, and at this point in time, I think he's more than capable of taking out Christian.
I agree. He's got a lot of experience. He's been working hard for 6 years now, getting ready to try to go to an Olympic Games, and you know, before that, of course, but I mean at a high level, working at that level. And, you know, I'd like to see him do well, but I'd also like to see Christian show his stuff that got him here, because he really put on a show of grouping earlier today. So.
Yeah, earlier in the year, Matt posted a post on Instagram saying he was switching to compound after Olympic trials, but he got me. It was April Fool's Day.
Would have gotten me too, just so you know. As mentioned, Christian Stoddard from California. Matt Nofel of Colorado. Looks like they've got it staged for Christian to shoot first on target number 1.
Yeah, Matt looks cool, calm, and collective. Christian, it looks like, you know, he's hasn't been here, you know, but that could either help you out really a lot or it could be detrimental. We'll see how he reacts.
That's an excellent point. Yeah, right. I mean, we can see who's looking very comfortable right now and who's looking like maybe they had a little lemon juice.
Yeah.
But the proof will be in the shooting.
Hopefully the wind will stay just like it is. It's calmed down a little bit. We just don't like to see wind being a factor in a match like this.
Well, it is the same for both guys, that's for sure. Some people like to say the wind is their friend, and they like the wind. There's a word for people like that. It's 9 out the top. Matt with a 9. Even scores so far for the first set. Pretty classic form on the part of Christian Stoddard, Justin.
Yeah, solid 10 on that shot there.
Yep. Just looking at his alignment and everything else, he looks like a very straightforward kind of guy. We're looking at a 10-9 liner for that one for Matt. Looks like it caught the line. And Christian with a 10. He's showing us again why he's here.
Yeah, he's responded. That's for sure.
Matt with a 10.
Yeah. Nice.
So unofficially, it looks like a tie. We'll find out about Matt's liner. If it is a tie, we'll see both archers receive 1 set point. Remember, the first archer to reach a total of 6 set points will be the winner. So Justin, when you started in the sport, it was around the time when we had introduced the changes to the recurve round to make it more readily appropriate for television. I mean, the first time I met you was 1991 at the very muddy World Championship trials that we had in Houston, Texas back then, up to our knees on the radar range at Johnson Space Center. Had to throw away my shoes after that tournament. It was really bad. But that was when we started making the motion toward making those changes. The following years, when Jim Easton was able to implement the changes that were needed to keep archery in the modern Olympic Games. As somebody who had a little taste of that transition, because as a junior you were still shooting the old system, do you have a preference?
I think this way is the best way for excitement, and doesn't necessarily get you the best archer. I mean, obviously shooting a 4-day aggregate total of double FIDA, we'll find out who's the best shooter. But that's not how you do it in a lot of sports, and it's just more exciting this way. I'm partial to it.
Scores are official and going on the board.
Just as long as they don't make it just a one-arrow shoot-off for a match. You know, I feel like with the set system, everything's been slowly getting less and less arrows, and people that have shot the tournaments prior or the systems prior always just feel like you're taking away from their chance of, you know, cream rising to the top.
Yeah, I mean, even in the early stages of your experience in Atlanta, it's still 18 arrow ends in the preliminary passes before it would go down to 12 arrow ends. And that's before set play.
Chance, and which is fine. They all have to shoot the same system at the end of the day.
True enough. But you do find people rise to the occasion when it comes to set play pressure versus the grind of the qualifying round.
Yeah,
sometimes that happens.
It's a different athlete, for sure.
Okay, we've got a draw confirmed down there, and Christian is shooting first on target number 1. And he shoots a 10. Matt, this is good. No question. And another 10. Nicely done.
Came to play.
Yes, he did. And a 9. Still quite respectable, but Matt's turned it to 11.
Yeah, anything in the yellow takes the set points.
Well, we're going the long way either way since we 10, 10, 10. Kaboom. 3-1 lead for Matt first when we resume after official scoring. That was a good group from Matt.
Did you take notice who Christian's coach is? Judy Adams.
Oh, I couldn't tell from this angle. I only saw 1996 Olympic Games. Would have represented the United States of America in the 1980 Olympic Games were it not for the boycott that the United States held against those Moscow Olympic Games at the time during the Cold War. Judy Adams, one of the greats, no doubt.
I love that she's back here in the sport, giving back, helping, coaching all the bright stars of the future.
Good catch. I couldn't see from this side where I'm sitting who that was, so that's really cool.
So we'll see how Christian responds here.
Well, one aspect of Judy Adams and her coaching is that mental game. I mean, she's definitely a lot. I didn't realize that it was Judy that was coaching this kid. That explains a lot. It's also kind of nice to see all of these great shooters from the past stepping up and becoming coaches today, just as Dick Tone did. You know, great shooter stepping up to become a great coach. We now see Jay Bars stepping up to be a coach and a few others. When are we going to see Justin Hewish out there?
I'm still competitive.
Fair enough.
Maybe one day.
I think that's I should have kept track, but that's probably 5 in a row now. Maybe 6.
Well, it's definitely 5 10s, but I'm not sure.
Whatever, it'll serve. 9 for Christian. Matt, bringing the heat. A little longer hold on that one, but it's a 10 right there. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Show you that, you know, him taking out Brady earlier wasn't just
It was not a fluke, no. 9. So 10 9 9 for Christian. Pair of 10s right now for Matt. This next arrow could put him to a nearly insurmountable 4-point lead. Oh my goodness. What is going on today with Matt? 10 10 10. All right, now Christian's got to win the next 2 sets outright to force a shoot-off. It's not impossible.
Oh, we've seen it tons of times. Can't count that kid out.
Nope. Not impossible.
The field that they went through today was,
yeah,
especially this leading Olympic trials tomorrow. Everyone was
yeah.
on their A game, wanting to win this.
While we're waiting for the scores to be made official, I want you to be reminded to mark your calendars for the 2024 USA Archery Coaches Workshop, headed back to Colorado Springs, taking place September 21 through 22nd. This is a can't-miss opportunity for coaches who want to take their skills to the next level. One of my favorite places that time of year, too. Really beautiful place, Colorado Springs in the fall.
Yeah, I missed that place.
Pretty cool. Butch Johnson. And we're walking around at 14,500 feet or whatever it is, and I'm like, why can't I seem to catch my breath? California's Christian Stoddard. This is do or die. He's got to win these next 2 sets, and he's on his path to try to do just that. Bottom of the X ring. Matt Nofel, will he keep it up? Thank you. May I have another? Oh, my.
Gotta love this. Come on, Christian.
There it is.
There we go.
These gentlemen seem to be elevating each other, don't they? And a 9. First one out of the 10 ring in the last 7 or 8 shots for Matt Nofel.
Christian can take the set with a 10.
9. Doors open.
So if Matt shoots a 10 here, they'll tie the set points, but it'll push him to the 6 set point.
And a 9. So, all right, Christian Stoddard keeping alive. Barely, but there it is. I mean, neither one of these guys shot poorly.
No.
You didn't see anybody throw one out in the black.
Yeah.
You saw both guys shooting really well. This is about as good as it gets. This is really, really awesome.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what happens in this next match, this next set points as well.
So part of the dynamic, of course, is that when you're behind, you get to shoot first. And you get to let the other guy watch that, right? So right now, Christian's going to step up there after the official score is put down, presuming we didn't make a big mistake scoring this thing just now, and Matt Nofel didn't just win. Looking at this, we're going to see 2 to 5, meaning that Christian has got to 3 to 5, meaning Christian's absolutely got to win the next set to force a shoot-off. And like we alluded to earlier, you did, it's happened before. Happens a lot. It's going to do. He can just execute.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, but also when you come up from 5-1, the momentum sometimes switches into your favor, and
We've
that
seen
has
it.
a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of things.
Either way, is there any question? Both of these guys belong on this gold medal finals field right now. In my mind, there is no question.
Sometimes you got a bit of luck in there.
Yeah. Into no, he can't. Just out. 9.
That was a little bit of a longer hold there.
It was. Christian with a 9. Doors open. Now would be a good time for a 10, but a tailwind just kicked up, Justin. And it didn't matter to Matt.
Might have helped him there, edged him up, because the tailwind will sometimes elevate your arrow.
You noticed it was on the low side, and the tailwind might very well have saved it. You're absolutely correct. Christian with a 10. You cannot do more than what he just did. From the standpoint of a finish for a set, that is the best you can do.
So still a 10 to win here for
Correct.
Matt. Another long hold.
10 to win, 9 points.
And we have a tie.
We have a tie, so he wins.
No, I think we have a tie in the match. I think Christian had a 10-10-9, and Matt has a 10-9-9.
Oh, you are correct, sir. I miscounted. We do have a tie across the board. We have a shoot-off coming up. See if they'll need to change those faces. Looks like the faces, well, I've got a judge in the way, so I can't quite tell. I suspect they'll probably leave them up.
Sometimes they change them just to change them, but we'll see what they do this time.
Either way, however it ends up, spectacular shooting for both of these guys. Pretty impressive.
It's going to take a real close arrow here to win this match at this point.
All right, sounds like they are going to go ahead and change them out, so gives us a little opportunity to tell you folks about some stuff that's coming up. I told you earlier about the coaches workshop that's taking place in Colorado Springs. Well, if you can't make it to Colorado Springs, you've got another opportunity to go to the 2024 virtual symposium. Now, that's going to be in June and August with online sessions and recorded sessions. And the registration details for that event, along with the in-person coaches workshop, will be posted soon and sent out to members, instructors, and coaches of USA Archery. If you are stumbling upon this and you think to yourself, I want to be part of this game of archery. I want to be part of this organization that teaches thousands of shooters from around the country the joy of shooting the bow and arrow, creating people like my co-host here, Justin Hewish, Olympic champion. That opportunity exists. Just go to usaarchery.org. You want to get the right start? Go to usaarchery.org. The list of coaches will get you that right start in our sport. You want to learn something about equipment? The information is there. You want to learn something about how to get started in the sport on a recreational basis? That information is there. The result can be what we're about to witness. 2 great shooters getting ready for a shoot-off. This is for all the marbles at the Gator Cup.
Here goes Christian.
Nine points. Door is open for Matt. And it's a 9, and Matt Nofel's your winner.
He's closer.
He is closer to the center. That has got to be a good feeling. Absolutely outstanding performance from these 2 young fellas, and we're going to hear about what it was all about as Richard gets ready to head to the field of play. That was just really good. You got to be happy for both of those guys, Justin.
Yeah, what a match to end the tournament. It's 2024 Gator Cup.
Okay, gold medal goes to
Yeah, Christian looks super happy. He's going to take a lot away from this tournament.
Absolutely. That's a growth. That is a spur for growth, that kind of performance. Okay, we're going to take it out to the field of play where USA Archery's Richard Fleming has got our winner.
Just catch your breath. I'm going to just make sure you're real, because that run of 10s, talk us through that.
It felt really natural. This whole competition has been about focusing on my shot, my technique. So those shots executed well, and they found their way to the middle.
Christian came back though. I mean, 18 years of age, and what a talent. I mean, this was a spectacular display from the two of you.
For sure. We've been teammates for a long time. He's a great shooter. That was a very high-scoring match, so I'm just excited to be a part of it, and it feels good.
What's going through your mind as you build that lead and you're building those 10s, and then you see Christian coming?
My own technique, my own process, which was still going really strong. So I just had to trust that if I trusted the process, the score would be there.
The last
on Mother's Day, can I say? Of course. Yeah, happy Mother's Day, Mom, Grandma. I wouldn't be here without their support.
And there was some support. So what's that all about behind you? I mean, some great support for both of you.
It feels good to have friends out here cheering me on. Feels great. And
great quality. George and Justin over the side, a double Olympic champion, and we were all in awe of just the quality, and you had to be on your game because Christian was playing so good as well.
Absolutely. I'm excited to hear what they were talking about during the match.
Matt, congratulations. There is your champion for 2024, and what a fantastic Gator Cup we've had. George, Justin, back to you guys.
Thanks, Richard. What a well-deserved championship win for Matt Nofel. Justin, that was just a great show. One of the best I've seen in a while.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for Matt.
I like seeing a guy like him win. He's a very likable human being. He's just a nice person. It's nice to see the good guy win once in a while, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, listen, this has been an incredible time here in Newberry and at the 2024 Easton Foundation's Gator Cup. Our thanks, of course, to all the organizers, the officials, volunteers, athletes, and Justin, before we close out, you're welcome to send some Mother's Day greetings out.
Oh, of course. I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, who's sitting at home. I know she's not watching the stream because I didn't make it to the gold medal match, but
I can say the exact same.
I will make sure that I cue it up for her and take it to the end of this streaming so she can see that I gave her a shout out.
And join USA Archery again next Sunday when they'll head north to Statesboro, Georgia for the 2024 USA Archery Collegiate Target Nationals, where we will have live coverage of the individual and team gold medal matches from the stunning setup at Georgia Southern University. So from myself, George Tekmanchov, and
Justin Hewish.
Thank you to Data Core Fund Services and Verona Real Estate Group, and thanks to you for watching. Goodbye to you now from the Easton Newberry Archery Center in beautiful Florida.